fucking intro. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what's going on? It's Soggy Boy, back with another episode of Garbage Time. Drew, James, how's it going?
Tired.
Fucking
Yes,
stellar.
nice. Good start.
Different energy.
Drew, so you just came back from ye old Canada. How was the trip?
It was a good time, Zach. It was a good time. Love
Are
me
you
some
you learning how to lay some more bricks?
Canada. No, I was just teaching the people how to lay the bricks. So.
Okay. So you are.
Oh wait, that was a company thing you had to do? I didn't know that.
Yes, it
All
was.
Oh yeah, that was for work.
Wow.
Pretty sick.
I thought it was
Remind us what part of Canada did you go to again?
I was in Ontario.
Oh, okay. So it's pretty much similar. Same area we went to for our little BOTA escapade.
Yeah, we just went a little bit further.
Yeah, fair enough. Past Toronto.
What? We went to Toronto.
No, I'm saying you went past Toronto.
No, I said we went. I meant we, as in me and you, went a little bit further to Toronto.
Oh, sorry.
We didn't quite get up that far.
Yeah. Gotcha. Not bad. All right. Well, cool. We got a wonderful show planned for you guys today. A little bit of a detour from what we had planned originally. We were gonna do some Colts talk, some news. We'll still do our news, but we swapped it over. We're gonna do a top 5 for you guys. We haven't done one of those in a while. And with the draft coming up, we gotta go with our James. Looks like come on. So you do it. Squeaky buddy.
I can't stop playing with the stupid pen.
No, I hope you know I'm gonna order one of those when I get off the show now.
It's such, like adult investments. This thing's gas.
Love that. Our top 5 biggest NFL draft busts of all time. We're gonna have that up for you, but first, let's get into some news. I'm gonna kick it over to James. He's gonna be our co-host for our news here since he has the points. Hey,
I do.
you have points.
Okay. Biggest news on the stretch is going to be Lamar Jackson officially announced that he officially requested a trade, which is really hard to say, on March 2nd. But this week he came out and said, nah, I want out. I want someone who's going to appreciate me. I want a man who's going to pay for my shit. So that opens the door for all these teams that were like supposedly talking to him to fully just openly go for it at this point. It's an interesting negotiation point. I don't know now if I guess the Ravens didn't really have a leg to stand on before, but now they have maybe more, less. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I don't know where they're sitting with this now.
I think the Ravens are more or less in the same position. I think they were going to be prepared to move on from him. Not that they are, but they think they are. I don't see how it really affects the Ravens so much as it affects what could potentially be his value in the market. I don't know. I still think he's just probably going to feel it out, and if nothing happens, they're just going to trade him. But I don't know. I think it's just going to hurt him in the long
run. Zach?
Go ahead, Zach.
Sorry.
No, I'll let you finish because I got a whole preamble.
Oh boy. I forgot what I was going to say. You can go.
Fucking nasty, Drew.
That's what I do.
Lamar Jackson. The whole situation surrounding that. I mean, I don't know. Like, how bad could you be? You fumbled that so bad if you're the Ravens. I mean, come on. You drafted him 30th overall in the first round 4 years ago. Math has been hard for me.
5 plus 6.
5 years ago.
This is option year already.
I don't understand if you aren't willing to pay the man. Who is your quarterback of the future? I'm sorry. They fumbled this so bad. I don't think the situation was going to change regardless of even if they threw more money at him because they really severed ties and burnt that bridge pretty early on in negotiations. My God. I mean, again, I'm not one to speak because the Patriots can go out and get him if they want. Meek Mill said that he wants to go to the Patriots. Whether or not I believe that's true, I don't know.
It sounds like the Patriots don't want him.
Sounds like
the Patriots have openly said, nah.
Yeah. Yep. They don't want to pay. They don't want to pay for him. Really good point.
No, they have Bailey Zappi.
no.
They don't need anybody else.
Dude, Bailey Zappi. You guys just have to fix your fucking offensive line. That's what you need to do.
I understand that, but to my point is that if you're fucking around with Mac Jones, you're probably going to have to pay him a baseline of $35 million just for him to stay in New England. If he is your guy of the future.
What did you not understand about Bailey Zappi?
No. Again, I understand that point. I get that. I want him to be the quarterback of the future, but I am talking about the guy that the franchise views as the face of the Patriots' future, which is Mac.
Right, Bailey Zappi.
Well, okay. And when it comes time to pay Mac Jones $35 million a year, guess whose time it is to shine? Bailey Zappi.
All right, well, you know what? You guys drive a hard bargain. You're right. Bailey Zappi. Quarterback. No, but in all seriousness though, like, and just to that point, you know, if we take Bailey Zappi out of the situation, would you rather pay Mac, because I said so, why would you pay Mac Jones $35 million a year when you could pay Lamar $10 million for that much of a difference in quarterback is not a lot in the league. It's really not.
No.
Really, really not.
You are absolutely right. I agree. But Bailey Zappi.
They just paid Daniel Jones $40 million a year to score 4 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns. 4.
Yeah, but Bailey Zappi.
I think Daniel Jones scored more than 4 touchdowns last year.
I could care less what the actual stats say. He's got 4. That's it. That's what I cap. Any other touchdown he scored after that is null and void. He's only got 4.
All right.
Don't care.
Okay. 4.
The facts don't matter.
Stats don't matter here. Pay scale doesn't matter.
No.
Daniel Jones sucks.
I honestly don't know where Lamar is going to end up. It's a very weird situation. But you're right. The Ravens have mishandled this from the beginning. If you go into this, even halfway through the season, when he gets hurt, you say, fuck, maybe this isn't going to work out. It's the last year anyways. Fucking find a backup plan. Figure something out. Trade for that first overall pick. I don't know. Trade Lamar Jackson for the first overall pick. I don't know. I'm sure they could have made something work, but like Zach said, bad ball.
Yeah, I really don't. Again, I don't know what the plan is there. Obviously he's on his way out the door. Where he's going to go, I don't know. But hey, it's a hell of an entertaining offseason when you have 2 MVP caliber quarterbacks that are holding out and are about to be traded to other teams. One, we know where he's going. We don't know when, and we know the other one's going somewhere, but we don't know where. And that's my thing too. Is the Jets have come out and said they're focused on the Aaron Rodgers deal, and it's kind of like a matter of when at this point, right?
Or not like if, but
there's
when.
no way. Sorry, I was just going to say if you're about to say that they might backdoor Lamar, there's no way they're going to do that. There's no way.
I don't ever want to hear you say backdoor Lamar again.
All right, I meant a deal for Lamar. You know what I meant, but all right.
I know what you meant. I know what you meant.
I know what you said.
Yeah, that's what you said. That was the issue.
Keep your fucking mind out of the gutter. This is PG here.
I'll never. No. Fuck no. That's where I live.
This is fucking what?
Adam Schefter tweets.
PG for
Lamar comes in on a backdoor deal.
That's
I
all.
don't want to harp on the Lamar thing too much. I do want to kind of connect the dots with this one. I honestly thought he was going to end up in Atlanta. I thought Atlanta was like the best situation for him. I thought that was like a team on the rise, and they have just, by the way, transition, have just spent capital in like free agents or cap space on acquiring all these veteran players to match with this like spotty young, no one really knows where they are kind of team. Yep. So like Jesse Bates is already there. They just signed Calais Campbell this week, which was the thing I was like focused on, which isn't like necessarily the biggest signing anymore. Sorry. But it's still a solid piece on your line. Like you can't deny his ability. Caleb McGarry. Butchered that one. I don't know how. That was like the wife's name. Taylor Heineke comes in as a backup. You can't hate that as a contingency. I'm not fuck words. I mean, Mac Hollins is in there. Mike Hughes is fine. Like, they've done some good moves to get some solid veterans into places. I mean, I'm not pretending Mac Hollins is anything special, but they've spent the capital where they should be spending it. Mac Hollins is an instant upgrade over Brian Edwards, which hurts me to say wearing a South Carolina hoodie. How did you back to the point though? How did you guys? Words are fucking killing me today. What did you guys think of the Calais Campbell deal?
True.
He's so old. He's so old. I don't know. He's not a bad player. But it's going to be very situational. He's not going to be on the field all the time. I think it's going to be a great presence to have on the team. Calais Campbell's been around the league. He's been through a lot. I think he'll definitely be a good veteran presence. Like you said, not a lot of like top tier guys currently, and not that he hasn't been in the past, but they're, like you said, spending it where they should. They're getting good, solid guys to fill in much needed spaces. So I think that very much fits the description of what you were saying.
I'm looking for the money details. Do you have that up, James? I just want to know.
No, I have other stats up. I can get that up though. You talk about your thoughts. I'll get you the.
Well, so, and this is gonna sound so superficial, but my thoughts are solely based on how much they paid him. They really are. Like Drew said, he is really old. If he can, stay healthy.
2 years, 25. Wait.
What?
It said 2 years, 25, but no, it's 1 year. There's no actual number set to it right now, but the belief is 1 year.
Oh, okay. I was looking for the 2.5.
No, that was a signing bonus for the Ravens. No, it's just 1 year deal right now. They haven't announced any figures.
All right, so they're obviously they haven't worked out the monetary value yet. So I'm assuming that it's probably going to be upwards of. Let's see, if they're thinking 2 at 25, so they're probably going to get him at like 13 or 14 if they're getting him for a year. That's too much. That's too much for someone.
1 year. Sorry.
For someone that's like you said, Drew, on the field for 6 games a year. At this point, why bother? I mean, you're just going to start turning yourself into a retirement home for NFL players at this point.
And I think you also like. He's sitting at age 36 right now. And like you said, injuries have taken a toll. He has not been on the field as much as you'd like. Right. But consistently since 2019, also take this with, obviously we know like everybody doesn't love PFF grades, but he's had a plus 70 PFF grade as a total defender the past, 4 years since 2019?
Yeah.
That's nothing to like shy away from. Like he's still a solid defender when he's out there, but
that's exactly like I said. At this point in time, a solid guy in a spot that you sorely need help at, that's also bringing a ton of veteran leadership. And I haven't necessarily heard anything bad about Calais Campbell. So no. I think it's going to be a locker room boost at the very least. And I mean, hell, he could have a renaissance season at 36 even.
He could. I mean, James Harrison did later in his career too at that age. So, oh God, talk about a throwback. But again, it really comes down to the money portion for the Falcons. Like you mentioned, they seem like the most logical fit for Lamar, but you're spending $13-14 million a year on Calais Campbell. Like, good, he's a good piece, but he's not getting you over the hump. He's not getting you to 500. He's not getting you to the playoffs. Lamar does, for sure. Not Calais Campbell.
It really feels weird how they're approaching it. Because, I mean, look at who you have at quarterback right now. You have Desmond Ridder and Taylor Heineke. If you're rolling with Ridder for now, anyways, I mean, he barely played last year, so you really got to figure out what he's all about at this point. With Taylor Heineke as a backup strategy, not bad, but again, not Lamar Jackson. He's not
No.
a quarterback that's going to take you to and through the playoffs.
Right. Yeah.
But then you're also attacking it pretty much right down the middle. It's not super aggressive. It's not really passive. You're filling the holes with solid guys, but they're not anything spectacular. You're just kind of patching. It feels like they're just stalling to see what Desmond Ridder is, to let him develop for a year or two, which really sucks. But that's what it feels like with that combination of factors.
This is also a division that is now like relatively wide open. Like, I mean, I guess it kind of tilts towards the Saints, right? But like Brady's
have to imagine. We have to see what the Bucks are.
Right. You have to see. Like, it's not like the Bucks can take theoretically that much of a step back, I guess.
And Carolina's got the number 1 pick, so
you never know. We've seen a lot of things happen with those like top quarterbacks recently.
Yep.
But it's not it's not an insane theory to think that the Falcons could win the South. It's not far-fetched. It's a possibility. It's a long shot.
There is a non-zero chance that the Falcons win the NFC South.
Right. I don't want to. Oh, sorry, Zach.
I literally was just gonna say I really don't know. I mean, you could. I could literally pick out of a hat and be satisfied with an answer for that division winner.
And it really is going to become clearer once we see what Carolina ends up looking like after the draft. And I mean, obviously, it comes down to the season, but I think it's going to be a fun division to watch. Whether they're all good or all bad, or it's going to be interesting.
It's true.
So, speaking of overpriced contracts and aging players, DeAndre Hopkins' market is still hot right now, but unfortunately, teams seem a little worried to take on that $13 million he's owed. I think it was 13. It might be north of that. It's a lot of fucking money he's owed this year.
Campbell's worth of money.
I mean, you're talking about at least like 4 or 5 years difference. So, I don't know where I live on DeAndre Hopkins. I want him to get another deal. I want him to move somewhere where he'll be successful. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know if it excites me as much as it would have like a couple years ago. Honestly,
yeah.
It doesn't
I mean, I feel like he's the type of receiver that's being not him and his group, but his like style of wide receiver is being aged out of the NFL. So I mean, it's still good to have someone like that, but I just want to say, I will take DeAndre Hopkins for $13 million when I had Nelson Aguilar for $8 million. Thank you.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
That's it. That's the tweet. We paid Nelson Aguilar $8 million to fumble the ball more times than he had a touchdown.
But you also didn't pay Jacoby Myers to fumble the
ball.
Oh,
yeah. Thank you so much for reminding me. We also got TikTok Boy. Great.
Yeah.
Drew?
Fantastic.
That's what happens when Jacoby Myers decides to play quarterback for the other team on the last play of the game.
I can't even begin to tell you how and I watched the helmet catch live, and I think I was way more pissed about that play than I was the helmet catch.
There's no fucking way. There's not a shot.
If there's one thing that I despise more than anything in my entire life, it is pure stupidity. That entire play embodied the word stupid. I can't handle it. I can't.
But the stakes.
I don't care about the stakes. I got over that shit. And I'm never getting over that stupid ass fumble lateral bullshit that they try to pull. They could have just went to OT and at least had a chance to win.
Of course they could have.
That game was bullshit anyways.
Look, I'm with Drew. I just don't. You're allowed to feel what you want to feel, but
this is where you're supposed to tell
Super
me
Bowl, like what was it, Halloween game against the Raiders?
I guess the Super Bowl doesn't really matter when you've at least won one, so.
Oh god damn. Direct shot at chickens. Holy shit.
Fuck.
Get down, man. Get down.
Anyway, moving on. Cockbrain. In more relevant, like 4 years ago news, Bobby Wagner is returning to the Seahawks.
Cool.
I feel like we're just reverting back to like 2015 at this point.
Welcome back to Hawks Talk.
Great.
Welcome back to Talking Hawk. Dude, I don't know, man. I mean, he had a great year last year in LA, but like aging linebacker, you fill a gap,
right? 1 year deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
This just tells me that he's done after this year. It just guarantees that he's going to retire.
Well, I don't necessarily know about that. I mean, if he has another good year, he might just keep going on with 1 year deals with the Seahawks. I mean, he's going to retire a Seahawk for sure. But I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe they'll sign him for another year and another year after that.
Optimistic, incredibly optimistic.
Yeah, I don't buy that. I think he's done after this year. I'm with Drew.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that theory, but now that Drew's presented it, I'm in on it.
Thank you, James.
I'm sorry, James. I didn't mean that.
That has nothing to do with the previous statement. You can my time comes later in the list. All right, that's fully devoted to my team, basically. But you can fucking live in this moment now. You get to enjoy it.
Yours and mine, James. Yours and mine. And the Seahawks, actually, probably.
Yeah, actually, there's some good Seahawks on there too. Man, I think that is it for news.
Should be.
Kind of touched on everything. All right. I can't think of anything I'm missing. Number 0 is allowed. That's cool.
Awesome.
0 is a cool number.
Fantastic.
They should also allow 00. That'd be fucking.
No, single-digit 0 is way cooler than 00.
I'm not saying that it's not. I'm saying they should also allow 00 just to make things that much more fucking fun. You know, have 0 and 00 out there at the same time. That could make for some fun.
You just went fucking transparent. It worked, but fuck yourself.
Fuck. Oh, all
right, Zack. Lead it in, Nick.
Transitioning.
Lead it in,
nasty. All right, we're gonna real.
Let's
do it. Let's do it. Up 5 draft busts.
Am I also hosting?
No, I was just I just did that on purpose. I wanted to see how you guys react. I just felt like it. I don't know. Top. Listen, I hate myself too. All right. Top 5 draft busts of all time. The NFL draft is coming up the end of April. I think it's the 27th to the 29th or something like that. And have there been a lot of head scratchers in recent memory, but we're talking about all time. So here we go. Here's how this is going to work. We're doing a snake draft. I am going to have Drew pull up a randomizer, put our names in, and select the order right now, live, because that is how we do it here at BOTA. We don't pre-plan this shit. This happens live, right the fuck now.
You know what's even more fucked up is like to peel the curtain back is we pre-plan to not plan.
Shut up. Don't tell them. Stop revealing our secrets.
It's called production value, folks.
Yeah.
Look it up. Now we just sit in silence. Anyway, I think we should call this one Bustin'. Bustin' with the BOTA boys. Ooh, busting on the BOTA boys. There you go, even better.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Fine. Busting in the BOTA boys. I love that that's on screen right now.
Hey, you spoke it into existence. I'm just the one that types.
I did not actually see Wes Martin coming over. I don't know. I looked it up. He's a guard, but I'll take it. I'll take any depth at this point.
Well, welcome. Oh shit! Hold on, fuck. Welcome to Bustin' on the BOTA boys. Guess that's our new segment.
Yeah.
Bustin' on them boys.
It would be great if we could get like a transitional effect. Just went like.
We could. I mean, we could like find someone squirting a tube of mayonnaise at a camera.
There's got to be some stock.
Mayonnaise.
Yeah, wait. Did you get your mayonnaise and toothpaste tube, Zack?
I can imagine that would cause some painful confusion at some point in time.
I literally have one in my fridge.
It's not a tube of mayonnaise.
It's a container, whatever.
Yeah, okay. Not every container's a tube.
bottle.
It's
Bottle of mayonnaise.
semantics. I can squeeze it. That's the point. That is the point
You
of
can
this
also
conversation.
squeeze a jug of mayonnaise. It's not a bottle. It's not a fucking.
Oh dear
That's
God!
a lot of
No,
mayonnaise.
out of its
But you
glass.
can. But you
You're not wrong.
can. That's the
You're not
point.
wrong.
Really?
There's
Can I
a
squeeze a glass
non-zero
jar of mayonnaise,
chance
James?
that you can squeeze a jar.
All right. Well. Clearly, next time on Garbage Time, we're gonna test out our theories here and squeeze all different kinds of containers worth of mayonnaise. So that's happening.
Put this one on
Yeah,
screen.
no, that is happening. I'm sorry, it's gonna happen. I will get every container of mayonnaise and we will squeeze it.
Yeah. Oh, we'll just fucking.
Yeah.
Like when athletes do that cool thing, like when they sign the camera, they're like, but we just money shot our cameras. Yeah.
Yeah, or like you're watching this show on Disney Channel, like on the corner. You could do that too. Except, you're busting on the camera.
All right. Am
All right.
I sharing my screen for these wheel spins?
Sure.
You don't have to. You can just tell
Yeah.
us, or the
longer you don't say,
Hold
the
on.
more cum jokes come out. So
or we can do our new layout, and Drew can share his screen and put it right in the middle for everyone to see.
wow.
Yes, it took. Oh hell yeah! See, look at that layout. Isn't that great?
All right, first overall pick.
Huggy. Oh, yeah.
All right, so Zack, and we got to roll again for the second, right? Second overall pick.
Not again!
Oh!
Yeah. That's right. You gotta pick a third. Who gonna pick?
Oh, I wonder who it could be. I'm not drum rolling again. All right, so it'll go Zack, Drew, me twice, Drew, Zack twice.
Me twice. All right.
Oh, I like it. I
this.
like middle pick of a snake draft. I'm into this.
Yeah, that's not bad. You pick every other. It's pretty good. All right. So, gonna bring it back here. Also, figure out the middle portion here for all of you that watch us on Instagram. You can put us in the middle.
We're live on Instagram right now.
No, we're not. But I'm saying those of you that have tried to watch us on Instagram, here you go. It's me.
Welcome to Zack Cam. Oh, Jesus, fuck.
All right. Well, with the first overall pick in the first ever and probably last official bustin' on the BOTA Boys, I select Raiders quarterback number 1, Jamarcus Russell. It has to be Jamarcus. It has to be Jamarcus. I'm gonna roll up the stats. He was 18. His touchdown interception ratio was 18 touchdowns to 23 picks. This man self-medicated on the field with codeine for his injuries instead of taking painkillers, which I get it. That's fine. It's a substitute.
I get it.
No, I'm serious. Painkillers are super addictive. So is lean, but you know. Yeah. He was drinking codeine on the field for his injuries. Dude could throw a football through a wall, but yeah, that's it. That's all he had to offer. He was the number 1 overall pick, and that was the same draft year, I believe, as Calvin Johnson, who went 2nd overall to the Lions. So yeah, biggest draft bust of all time in my opinion, Jamarcus Russell. Not only that, he was like 300 pounds. I don't know why they ever thought taking him number 1 overall would be a good idea.
I'm trying to make this work easier for my brain. It's not happening. Anyway.
Well, that's my pick, Drew. Who's your number 2? Who's your number 1? Number 2.
All right, here we go. Get you ready here. I gotta do it. I gotta go. Number 2 overall. Who also went number 2 overall. Mr. Ryan Leaf.
Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
Yeah.
Think of something different.
He has a worse touchdown to interception ratio than Jamarcus Russell.
He does. Oh no, he absolutely does. That is true. But he went second overall, which implies less of a bust, in my opinion.
Fair enough, but he went right after Peyton Manning.
That's true. He did go right after Peyton Manning.
Extra unfortunate.
That is very unfortunate. However, you're the Raiders. You have any pick that you can take any player off the board. You picked Jamarcus Russell. The very next pick was one of the best receivers of all time.
No, you're absolutely right.
And again, Peyton Manning, one of the best quarterbacks of all time, for sure. So
why do you think Ryan Leaf is number 2?
I respect your point. Respect the hell out of it. He'll make a good addition to your team, Drew.
Oh, yay.
No, that is honestly a good one. Damn, that's a good one.
I mean, the heavy hitters are going to be here first. There are going to be names that everyone is going to recognize. And then when we get down in that 4 or 5 pick, it's going to be people like, what the fuck?
I'm actually feeling real good about who I have at the turn here. I'm going to go with the softball. And I was really tempted to take someone else here, but I'm going to go with Johnny Football. I think that one's easy.
Yep.
Got to stick with a hometown guy or home team guy, whatever. As they're wearing that fucking LA hat. Yeah, nothing related to the Browns at all. I mean, anybody who watched that, like the most infatuating dude in college, looked like a bag of shit due to just straight partying and wasting his career away. Johnny Football. That is my first pick in the third round, or third pick in the first, whatever. First pick at the turn. I'm going to go a little more modern. I'm so tempted to change this pick like right now, but I'm going to go Isaiah Wilson from the Titans. That one is a hitter. He played 3 snaps, I think, in one game, maybe 1 snap in one game. I have to get the actual number on that.
This is all time, James.
1 snap in the third quarter of one game for the Titans, ended up in the practice squad after. I mean, he was a late round first pick, but he was still a first round pick. I'm going to go Isaiah Wilson.
Okay.
Isaiah Wilson.
He's throwing some curveballs at us here, Drew. The second round here.
I know, and I'm going to miss out on a good one, and I know that, but I'm living with it.
Yeah, you are. You're going to miss out on 5 good ones.
All right. I feel like I got to take him now. I feel like I can wait on the other boys. For me, it's got to be Trent Richardson.
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, double bust. Double bust. Man gets drafted. Decent rookie year. Everyone's like, all right, not what we thought, but serviceable. And then falls off a cliff. An actual cliff. Proceeds, for some ungodly reason, to be traded from Cleveland to Indianapolis for a first-round pick.
Uh-huh.
And then played even worse at the bottom of said cliff. Trent Richardson, thank you very much. Number 5 overall.
That's a really, really good point, Drew. I totally forgot about that first-round draft pick that he was traded for.
Yeah.
Holy shit, the Colts were fleeced. Oh my god, that's so bad.
Massively fleeced.
That I had him high, but I completely forgot about that trade. So that was kind of my analysis is where they traded for, because trades are huge in my opinion. If you're trading for a guy, you are betting the house on him.
Yeah.
Which I mean, a first round pick is fine. That's a lot to give up for what you got out of Trent Richardson, but I mean, still, like, yeah. Okay, well, wow, that's going to be a hard one to follow. Trent Richardson's a really good pick. I think I'm gonna move off of the offense here. I'm gonna move off the offense. I'm gonna go to defense. And one of the biggest draft busts of all time was significantly a long time ago, 1987. Gonna go Brian Bosworth.
The Boz. Damn, that's a good one.
So looking at his history, his career, this man started and played 2 seasons with the Seattle Seahawks, a brand new franchise in which they got him in the supplemental draft. They signed him to an 11-year rookie contract. The money was only $10 million, but at the time in 1987, that's a crap ton of money. But 11-year rookie deal, 11 years, and he played 2 of those seasons, 2. And not to mention all the bullshit he pulled off the field when he was in college. I think he probably also had some drug problems too. I think that's one of the reasons he got kicked off of his Oklahoma, his college team. I'm having a stroke or something. I don't know what's going on.
Sorry, I had it for most of the news.
Oklahoma?
No, you're good. Yeah, no. This man was guaranteed 11 years in the NFL, and he played 2. And then, yeah, that's it. He was supposed to be the next big thing. He won 2 Dick Butkus awards in college for the best defender or best linebacker, right?
Yep.
2 back-to-back. 2 seasons. 11 years. End of story. Brian Bosworth.
Boz is a good one. Can't be mad about that. That's a really good pick. I had him on that. He was on everybody's list, but
yeah, he would have been on everyone's list. I think my next one, I want to go with one of the big ones. I'm gonna go with a little bit of a sleeper pick here, because I'll be fine without the person that I'm thinking of. So this person was drafted recently, and they were such a bust that the team that picked them ended up with the first round pick the next year and then drafted another quarterback, Josh Rosen.
Yeah.
Josh Rosen. What a phenomenal failure by the Arizona Cardinals to literally draft 2 quarterbacks within the top 10 and still be at the bottom of the league 5 years later. Back-to-back years, they've drafted 2 top 10 quarterbacks, and they're literally the worst franchise in the league at this point. I wouldn't say by wins, but by how they are handling their team, they're terrible. Josh Rosen got traded to the Miami Dolphins, and he's been bouncing around the league ever since. He might not even be in the league. I don't know where he is. I didn't see what his last team was. But yeah, I mean, how do you go from being the 10th overall pick to losing 13 games and then not even having a starting job the following season? They literally got the first overall pick and drafted your replacement. Didn't even give you a second chance. That is bust 101 right there.
Yep.
Brian Bosworth, Josh Rosen. Those are my 2. Now you're at the turn, Drew. Who you got? I'm excited to see this.
This is tough. There's a couple different places that I'd like to go.
Take you, Drew. Where you going?
All right. I am going to head right back to Seattle for you. Right back there on you. The first draft pick in the Seattle Seahawks history. Man named Steve Niehaus.
Sure.
Man had some big expectations, coming in. You are essentially the cornerstone of this new team. You are their first draft pick. You're expected to come in there and be the guy. Be the pass rush of this brand new NFL franchise. Mr. Niehaus played in 39 total games in the NFL. Had a total of 10.5 sacks and 1 fumble recovery.
That's
God.
Yep.
Especially in an era where defense ruled the game. That's terrible.
Yep.
Brutal. All right. Well, Steve, what? Niehaus. Steve Niehaus. And I believe that round 3 has made its way all the way back to you, James.
It has indeed. I actually had to do some research on this one, but I forgot about this name. I'm going to pivot, and I'm going to go with Lawrence Phillips as my next pick. The man who spent more time in jail, more days in jail, 23, the number of starts he had with the St. Louis Rams, 20.
Nice. Love that.
Mm-hmm. Selected at Oh, it doesn't actually say when he was selected at. Let's go back to my list for my next one because I don't want to, just run off that. But you know what? There's like some other ones I can go. There's some other ones I can go that's definitely just pandering off a list. But let's keep it in criminal territory. And I'm gonna go with my second pick is Henry Ruggs.
That's really good. It's a really good one.
Henry Ruggs, sleeper.
That's it, and I think it's so good because he was busting before he ever became a criminal.
Yeah. That was the best part is he started hitting his like stride and then drove like 120 miles per hour hammered. Yeah. I mean, not the best part. Depends on your perspective, I guess.
He was too fast in real life and not fast enough on the field.
Oh.
Ran himself all the way to jail.
So this is the final round.
No, this is round 4.
No, this is 4.
I feel like it's not.
No, because James just picked 3 and 4. Yeah, yeah. Come on, you don't think my boys keep tabs? Come on.
Us picks. So we're on round 4.
Yep, we're on round 4.
Okay, all right.
So you got 2 more picks coming your way, Drew. Or well, 1 more after this, but come on, buddy.
Bring it home, Drew.
You did 2 already, James?
Yeah. Lawrence Phillips and Henry Ruggs.
Yep.
Lawrence yes. Phillips. I am.
Just you wait. Right. I got a better one for you.
All right. I'm going to do it. I'm going to head to Green Bay. We're doing it here. We're doing it here. Tony Mandarich. We all know the story. All the drugs, all the alcohol, none of the football.
His nickname was Tony the Terrible. I mean, how much more of a bust could you be?
That's all you need to know. And this, gentlemen, is where I have my fun fact. Do you know where Tony Mandarich is from?
No.
He is from a city in Ontario, Canada, called Oakville. I was in Oakville, Ontario, Canada, yesterday.
Did you meet him?
No.
Oh, okay.
Thank goodness, probably.
Yeah, he's a big boy. He's scary.
Yeah, but I literally was working 10 minutes down the street from where he went to secondary school.
Wow,
that's crazy. Good to know.
Yeah. So fun fact.
So I'll call this now Drew Daniels 2024 NFL draft bust. He's got the genes. All right, Tony Mandarich. Yeah, really good pick. How could you argue? I mean, he's probably the only offensive tackle that you could label a generational bust.
Oh, no, man.
Very few offensive line.
He's a bust for sure, but like, I don't know. Didn't really have high expectations for him coming in. This dude was literally a Hulk, but he was on roids, so that's why.
He was, in fact.
He was a Hulk. Cool. We're back to me. I got pick 4 and 5. James, I'm gonna swing over and kind of piggyback off of your Henry Ruggs pick because the person who I am picking is a wide receiver, drafted recently as well. One of the most bizarre moves that are really the most bizarre picks I've ever seen. And no, this is not N'Keal Harry. I would put this on here, but I don't think a lot of people would agree that he's the biggest draft bust of all time. A lot of people didn't really care for him. This one is based off of the fact that the person taken after him could go down as one of the best wide receivers of all time as well. My pick is Jalen Reagor. He played 1 season with the Eagles and was traded to where? Where did he go? Anybody want to get
Vikings, I think?
The Minnesota Vikings. This dude literally got traded to the team that has the same dude that got picked after him. Bust. Such a bust. Dude is literally relegated to the kicking and special teams on the Vikings.
Didn't he play 2 years in Philadelphia?
He might have, but he was such an afterthought at that point.
He had more targets in his second year, Zach. Come on.
Well, that's good. He got traded after that, so I guess targets really don't matter.
He still has less than 800 career receiving yards.
Yeah,
like 70 or 45.
Again, the pick right before Justin Jefferson. the pick before Justin Jefferson. How can you live with yourself if you are the Eagles? Again,
you can't. you absolutely cannot. That is such
especially
a
where if you are the Eagles, you drafted Justin Jefferson 3 years ago, you would have a Super Bowl. You probably would have a Super Bowl. Sorry, not
Could
good.
you imagine? Wait, the reality that could have existed, where the Eagles had a team that was Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, and Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. You see what I'm saying?
Crazy.
They lost by 3 points this past Super Bowl. Justin Jefferson easily accounts for 10 points.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson would have kicked that field goal. He didn't give a shit.
Yeah, he probably would have. Honestly. He would have recovered that fumble, too, that they scored.
You don't give a shit.
Dog. You don't give a shit. Yeah, so my 2 picks. Oh, wait. I only did one, right? I did Jalen Reagor.
Yeah, no, we need a second pick.
I'm on my last pick. Number 5. I got to round it out with a good one here. This one's going to be tough because I don't necessarily know if I can blame him for being a draft bust. However, his overall situation was one of the biggest draft busts of all time. He came into the league with a pretty new franchise, posted one of the worst quarterback ratings of all time in your rookie season, was sacked a whole shit ton. I think maybe the most out of any rookie ever. David Carr.
Wow.
David Carr. One of the biggest busts of all time. They thought that this guy was going to be the solution for the Houston Texans. Again, something that I put on the franchise more than I put on him specifically. But again, once he was out of that situation, he had a chance to really reestablish himself, and he wasn't able to do it. I mean, obviously being sacked like 300 times in 2 years really doesn't help. And I'm really not exaggerating all that much. He got sacked a ridiculous amount when he was with the Texans. That offensive line and their system for their team in 2002 was really bad. But yeah, David Carr, he's my last pick, rounding it out. There were some other ones that I really wanted to go for. I got some honorable mentions if we got time for it, but yeah.
We're on boom pace for a BOTA podcast.
Yeah,
we'll live stream, but
All right, so for my final pick, I feel like you can't overlook this guy. You can't talk about top 5 busts of all time without talking about Achilles Smith. You can't.
I was really hoping no one was going to mention him.
He wasn't huge in college. Had some red flags right off the bat, but 17 games over 4 years, going 3-14 with a 5 to 13 touchdown to interception ratio. No.
No, thank you. No, thank you. Yeah, no, that's bust territory, especially for a what was a bottom feeding franchise in the Cincinnati Bengals at that point in time. Yeah, that was a rough string of quarterback drafts from 97 to 2000, huh?
Yes.
It's not a good time to be a quarterback.
Tim Couch, there's one.
Tim Couch, indeed.
Play your next one, James. I'm so sorry.
It wasn't honestly because it's hard for me to put Tim Couch up there because they won a playoff game with Tim Couch.
Yeah, he did help them get to.
No, right. I understand that. He always goes up on that list. I particularly don't see that.
No.
So
winning a playoff game disqualifies you from the top 5 greatest.
Oh yeah. No, I agree.
In the conversation of 25-50, but top 5, no, sir.
No.
Yeah, I mean, just thinking about some of the other quarterbacks that were drafted in that range is insane. There were really only a couple that turned out to be all-time greats.
Josh Freeman.
Oh wait, hold on, we missed a comment in here. Eagles love drafting bum wide receivers before great ones. Can't remember who it was before Terry, but awful pick. Who was it? Was it Andy Isabella? Yeah, JJ Arteaga.
Yeah, yes. That was 2 years in a row, I think,
Mm-hmm.
where they did that. And the next pick after that was one was Terry and one was fucking Justin Jefferson.
Well, that was a big, like Terry was viewed as like a special teams only dude. That was what was funny about that.
Right, but
he just the size and all that.
Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, I mean Justin Jefferson's the bigger miss, but
that's why he's such a big draft bust, because they bungled that pick so bad. So bad.
He is one of the biggest busts of all time by extension.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, final pick.
Come on, dude. What is it?
I've gone around to a few on these ones, but like, I think I got to stick it to somewhat modern. It's got to be Kevin White, right? Like, you can't do these lists without putting Kevin White on like a top 5 list. I know we could probably fall later in like some things, but just like this dude had everything going for him. He was supposed to be like up there, and I had to look this up. He was drafted as like the wide receiver 2 behind Amari Cooper, and like Amari Cooper's had a solid career. Kevin White has been nothing but injured, nothing, and I guess you can't really like write that up to him too much, but I feel every year since he's been in the league, and somehow he's still in the league, he's just been injured, and it's weird. Like I think he scored a preseason touchdown this year, and I was like, he's still alive. He was on like the Saints. I was like, why are you in the league? Are you in the XFL?
That is wild. And there was so much hype for Kevin White. So,
I'm gonna refrain from any Haskins jokes.
Yeah, Zach, shut the fuck up.
I didn't say anything. I said nothing. I didn't even bring this up. This has nothing to do with me.
You are not allowed to speak while this comment is on the screens.
Let me say, Haskins was pushed higher because of his helmet. It was helmet scouting. That being said, yeah, if it was different circumstances, I'd feel better about putting him in there. But you know, I think just for the sake of morality,
he still would have played. He still would have played NFL football games if what happened didn't happen. So I don't think that we got to see enough of Dwayne Haskins to do that. But
that's a fucking dark way to end
he was
that.
trending in that direction, unfortunately.
I'm not. No, fuck that. I see the comment. I'm not putting that on the screen. There's not a shot. There's a comment. I need anyone who's going to watch this to know. There's a comment sitting down there for fucking Joe.
Oh,
and you're not getting me to fucking put that thing on there, Joe. Fuck you. No. Bad.
My God.
God damn it.
God.
All right, well, there's the top 5.
Rest in peace, Dwayne Haskins. God damn it.
Dwayne Haskins Memorial top 5.
God, no!
Sponsored by Adam Schefter.
Oh no. Anyways, I got some honorable mentions if we can move past whatever the hell's happening right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Honestly, Reggie Bush.
I can respect it. I think Matt Leinert's a bigger technical.
I agree, but I mean, Reggie was touted as like the next Barry Sanders, and he produced what really?
A major concussion.
Yeah, the bench. I mean,
when
I'm thinking of, and again, like he was supposed to be here, and well, you're not going to be able to see that because I'm a fucking idiot, but he was supposed to be pretty high up in players that were going to be all time, and he doesn't even crack top 500 or whatever. I don't know. Reggie Bush, draft bust for me.
Charles Rogers.
Yep. 2002.
A good one. That was forgotten.
Yep. How about John Ross?
That is a good one.
Yeah, John Ross was solid.
He was supposed to be this really solid number 2 option behind AJ Green. Do I have my years right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was slated to take over, and all he could do was just run down the field. That's it. He couldn't catch the
And
ball.
get hurt.
Couldn't stay healthy. Anything. Yep. John Ross. I like that one. Pretty much everything else I think we covered. I don't think I have anything else really.
I got one more.
All right, Drew, what you got?
Another Packers pick. Rich Campbell. He came out of Cal and was the number 6 overall pick in 1981. He never started a single game in the NFL as a top 10 drafted quarterback.
Oh.
Appeared in 7 games over 4 years and threw 4 interceptions in that time span in 30 pass attempts.
Wow. That's bad.
So, yeah, also pretty bad.
Yeah, that is brutal. That is really.
I would argue that is not good.
I'll do it. N'Keal Harry. Sorry, I got to do it to myself. All the wide receivers that were drafted after him in that draft class. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fair.
He was drafted in the first round, supposed to be this big-bodied, go and get the ball wide receiver, and all he got was injured again. Injuries. Now he's on the Bears.
Yeah. Is he still or is he free?
I don't know.
Is he free?
Is he? I have no idea.
Overshadowed by Johnny Manziel, but Justin Gilbert.
Yeah.
True. Sam Darnold.
All right,
Pretty good one. Sam Bradford.
A couple more comments I can actually put up from Joe. As much as I hate to say it because he's my favorite linebacker, Reuben Foster. That's solid. I don't hate
Reuben
that.
Foster too, honestly.
I think we should keep going with this. I think we should extend it out to Instagram, put up a poll.
We are. Oh, that's why I wrote it.
Oh, sick nasty. Yeah.
Actually going to focus on doing content off of this instead of like, let's do it.
Yeah, definitely. We should definitely ask the fans, what were the biggest draft busts of all time. You'll have our list very soon. I'm sure James is already busting all over his phone screen.
Busting on the BOTA fans? I don't like that.
I didn't say busting on. You said that. I said he's busting on his phone screen. That's
a lot of young fans. Let's relax, all right?
Only on fans.
Only fans?
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, final thoughts.
Cool. Final thoughts. I had fun with this. I like top fives. With the draft coming up, it's always fun to see the what ifs and the has-beens and all that good stuff. So, if the Patriots don't draft a wide receiver in this draft class, I am gonna protest. So there you go.
I am going to protest.
Not only just this, because they could theoretically get someone and he'll end up like Trey Nixon later, but they need to get someone in the first 2 rounds.
Seriously, Zay Flowers, Quentin Johnson,
Tank Dell,
Josh Downs. I'll take Josh Downs. Any of the wide receivers that I've seen coming out of this draft class, I feel that the Patriots can and will be fine with if they actually draft them up until the 3rd round, because then you just get into whatever. But
there's still some top 100 in there.
Those are my thoughts. Patriots need to draft a wide receiver in the first 2 rounds. If they don't, then it is a colossal failure.
Drew?
Also, just don't let Bill Belichick draft a receiver. That would work too.
The Jets need to hurry the fuck up. Make this happen. Make this official.
Oh
I hate this. The anticipation, it's killer.
Probably hurts. My last note is I don't like that the Browns don't have high draft picks for me to get excited over, but they've translated into Deshaun Watson and Elijah Moore, so can't really complain. If Andrew Berry doesn't do a good job this year, he's going to get fired, and we'll talk about that when we get to the Browns, but I'm going to say by that.
Yeah, I get that.
I feel like you can complain about Deshaun Watson.
I mean, I can complain about Deshaun Watson, yes, like other levels, but
I mean, yeah, I don't know, James. I get your point. He's tied up a lot of assets in two players that haven't really. Well, one has shown that he can be elite, and the other one has just been whatever. So,
Whatever.
not a lot of draft hits. Some good ones, a lot.
I mean, especially with the way you've drafted recently, is like on defense. I mean, you've done fine. JOK.
Yeah, that's a berry pick. That's fair.
Yep,
But that was a product of him falling because everyone thought he had a heart condition and he didn't. Or that he didn't, it's fine. I don't know, whatever.
The
Martin
draft
Emerson.
is so weird. Draft is so weird like that.
It's good.
But anyways.
NFL scouts are fickle, but that's a whole other discussion.
Awesome. Well, if we have no more final words, I would love to sign us off. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in to BOTA Sports. I am Zack. The weird one making noises is James. The one eating the microphone is Drew. You guys know where to find us. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. We are online. We're in your ears, as Drew likes to say, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, pretty much anywhere you can listen to a podcast. We'll pigeon mail it to you. Whatever the fuck you want.
If you send us a pigeon, we will send one back
with the tape recorder of our podcast on it.
Oh,
we will record it for you. However you want.
Cassette tape.
I will burn a CD. Fuck it. Floppy disk, motherfucker. You got a floppy disk reader? I'll toss that shit in there for you. Whatever you want, we will get it to you. We'll be in your ears.
We will fax it to you gladly.
Smoke signals. We're gonna smoke signal our podcast over to your eyes, and then just imagine our voices just hitting your eardrums. Guys, thank you so much. Stay soggy, James.
Stay beautiful.
Drew.
Bye.